What's up, everyone? Off the Cuff Reviews here. My name's Alex, and today I have a special new video. We are going to be diving in to a small list of horror films that I think are underrated. So let's get into it. With that said, we're going to be diving in to a list of 5 underrated psychological horror films. So without further ado, let's talk about it. The first one I want to bring up is called Stoker from 2013, directed by Park Chan-wook, which we love. We love a Park Chan-wook film. This film, we actually literally just watched this like a month ago, 2 months ago for the first time. And this psychological thriller follows a teenage girl named India Stoker as she copes with the sudden death of her father and the arrival of her mysterious and charming uncle. It's giving stepfather vibes. It's giving a lot of different things that you might come to expect from this genre, but I felt like it was masterfully directed. It was beautifully shot. And the writing in this movie is pretty top notch. I feel like if you guys like this kind of movie, you guys will like that movie specifically. It's not what you expect. When we put this on our list to watch last month or 2 months ago, we did not really know what to expect. That's why we had passed on it for so long, but we checked this out and it actually turned out to be pretty good. So check it out. It's called Stoker, but directed by Park Chan-wook. And believe it or not, Wentworth Miller from Prison Break fame actually wrote the screenplay for that. The next pick on this list, by the way, this list is not in any particular order, but the next pick on this list is Excision from 2020. I was about to say 2022, but it's actually from 2012. This movie is a disturbing and surreal psychological horror film that explores the psyche of a teenage girl with a fascination for surgery and a desire for acceptance from her mother. Excision is directed by Richard Bates Jr., who also did the movie King Knight, which we watched not too long ago as well. But Excision has a lot of things to like about it, and I think that if you guys have not seen this movie, it is definitely one to check out. Do not pass it up. Go watch it, add it to your list. The next one on this list is a movie that we actually really enjoyed, and if you guys can guess it, it's called Barbarian Sound Studio. So, Barbarian Sound Studio was directed by Peter Strickland. It tells the tale of a sound engineer who descends into madness while working on an Italian giallo film. So, you can see where we're going with that. I feel like other movies have actually explored this concept, especially more recently. This movie came out in 2012, 2013, but this one is really, really well done. Peter Strickland has a really unique way of showing visuals, and something that he does a lot in his movies is use sound to his advantage. Obviously sound makes movies. I feel like movies like wouldn't exist the way they do if sound didn't exist like the way it does. And this movie actually goes into what goes into making like Foley sounds and different things like that and recording that kind of stuff. But it's also a psychological drama horror film. But what's cool about it is that Peter Strickland actually uses these techniques in his other movies as well. And you can definitely experience that when you see a Peter Strickland movie. The next one on this list is a movie that we just watched for the first time like 3 days ago. And I know you guys are probably going to be like, what do you mean for the first time? I have seen the remake of the movie that I'm going to explain to you right now. And I'm not recommending the remake. I'm recommending the original, which is Dark Water from 2002, directed by the guy who did the original Ring movie. I feel like it is one of those psychological horror movies that definitely gets you into your feels. This is a movie about a mother and daughter who move into a apartment complex, and strange things start happening. But this is a movie that is a lot sadder than you think it is. It's that's why I wanted to put it on this list. It's definitely a more psychological horror film. rather than like oh, here's a ghost and blah blah blah. It's like more about the psychological effects, and feeling sadness and grief and loss and all that kind of stuff, and it really gets under your skin. And it's called Dark Water, 2002. It's one of those movies. It came out after Hideo Nakata did The Ring, and a lot of people were saying that this was like a second coming of The Ring. So I don't know, we'll see. But I feel like it is its own movie. The Ring. It's not really. I don't feel like it plays on these aspects that this movie plays on as much. It's not as melodramatic. I feel like this movie was a little bit melodramatic, but I felt like it worked for this movie. There's a lot of movies that I really like that do have like these dramatic elements, though, and I feel like more people need to talk about these psychological elements of these horror movies, because that's what really sells this kind of stuff for me. Another one I wanted to put on this list is a little bit different than I feel like you are thinking, is a sci-fi thriller psychological horror-y movie. It's a little bit different though. It's really low budget. This also came out in 2013, and it's called Coherence. Like I said, this one is done on a really small budget. It tells the story of a dinner party while strange occurrences unfold, creating tension and testing the characters' perceptions of reality. And this one, like I said, is done on an extremely low budget, and I feel like that's what actually works for this movie. It's not low budget in that the movie ends up being corny and so, oh, it's just campy and fun. This movie is actually, it works because it was shot like guerrilla style with, handheld shaky cams, and that's what I mean about low budget. And the way it works, it feels really like realistic. It feels like you're really in these people's heads. You're understanding what's going on. A lot of the dialogue for this movie was improvised on the spot, and I feel like it really works to sell the feel of this movie, and that's what really brings this movie together for me. I felt like all the performances were done really well, and the directing style was done really well. And if that's your type of movie, don't skip it, because it's definitely one that you want to see. I feel like it's recommended a lot, at least from some more niche people that I watch and subscribe to. And I feel like this is one that I want to put on your radar. If you have not seen it, go check it out. It's called Coherence. It might even be for free somewhere to watch, because it's that kind of movie that they just kind of throw for free somewhere. So go check it out anywhere you can find it. It's definitely really good. Yeah, and that is my list of 5 underrated psychological horror films. Let me know what you guys thought down below. If you guys want me to do another one of these lists, let me know. I just wanted to make a quick film list for you guys to check out for some recommendations, because I know a lot of people, they come to me, they go online and they say, give me some movies to watch. Here's some movies to watch. So if you guys are into that, go check it out. I'll see you guys on the flip side. Subscribe to the Patreon. It's only $2 a month, and I'll see you guys there. Check it out.